So welcome back, everyone. I am so excited. I got a newbie with me right now, and I'm really excited about this because it's something that a lot of people are going to be interested in. I have with me Kim Hicks, and she is an ambassador with Forever. Welcome to the show. Yesterday, you and I had a conversation, and we were talking a little bit about what happened in Paris. And you were saying to me, Carol, this is one of the reasons right now why I love what I do. So will you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do, and listen up, everyone, because this is going to be interesting and at the same time fun as well for everyone. Go ahead.
Well, I began helping people with their photos about 25 years ago, helping them organize them, help them get them out of the boxes and drawers, getting them into photo albums, and then digital photography came along, and that totally flipped everything on its head. People not only had their boxes and drawers that they had of photos and memorabilia and documents, but now they were, instead of having a roll of 25 photos, they were taking 500 photos when they would go to a birthday event or on a vacation. And they were filling up their phones, they were filling up their computers, and they didn't really know what to do with them. And that kind of became a concern to me because people weren't printing their photos any longer.
Whoever does it, they're stuck in your phone, and that's it. You go into your computer, you never look at them again, and then when you go to do it, you're like, oh my God, I wish I would have been able to do this a long time ago. Go ahead.
Well, and then there's a little hiccup that happens with your computer, or your phone gets dropped in a toilet, or someone steals your external hard drive.
It happens all the time. My phone drops in the toilet, right? Go ahead.
It does happen. And so then people all the time, I say, how many photos do you think you have on your photo? And they're actually surprised to find that sometimes they have thousands and thousands and thousands of photos.
Absolutely. And they're surprised at it, too, because, we always think, oh, it's not a lot. And then you go back and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that.
And I tell you, the other thing, too, is it's difficult because sometimes you're like, I want to show you this picture, and you can't find it.
Oh, I love that. When I just did it today, didn't I? And somebody showed me how to save it. And I was like, oh, my God, I had no idea, right? And especially us folks that are listening right now, there's a lot of us out there that are a little bit older that have no clue as to what to do, right?
Right.
Okay, go ahead. So tell them
let me
what
tell
you do.
There was another turning point that happened for me, and that was when my sister's home burned to the ground and took with it all the family photos, all the scrapbooks, all the videos, all the letters, all the journals, all of the things that meant anything to our family. And it was a very hard thing because it could have been easily prevented. And so I began to make a search. What is the alternative to this? And that's when I found Forever. And I realized because of all of my research that Forever actually had the answer to everything that I needed, and I didn't even know I needed.
So what is Forever?
Well, Forever is a cloud-based storage for photos, specifically for photos, videos, documents, letters, journals, the kinds of things I've just described. And it is specifically designed for that. Whereas other companies that say they'll store your photos, their goal is not to protect your photos. Their goal is not to preserve your photos, but their goal is to gather information about you. And that's called data mining. And they actually run the photos through a computer program.
That's pretty scary.
Isn't it?
Huh.
When you realize that you're being exposed to the whole world.
Especially my pictures.
Yes. And then they take that information and sell it to advertisers. So basically, they've made you their product versus helping you to preserve your photos for your family for future generations. And Forever is designed specifically to protect your photos and is guaranteed for 100 years beyond your lifetime.
It's guaranteed for 100 years. Now, let me talk about you a little bit. So your website is foreverkimhicks.com, and you're going to do something today for everybody. We're going to open up the lines to the audience for everyone to call in. And you got to explain. You're going to have to explain it a little bit, that they're going to get, everyone's going to get 2 gigs of cloud storage plus a $10 gift certificate, which you get to pick and choose what you want to use that towards, and a 1-hour free consultation with you to help you understand it all and how to do it all.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So explain what you mean by what you're giving away.
Well, when you are storing your data online, you're using somebody else's computer. That's what cloud storage is. People think that cloud means that it's floating around out in the atmosphere someplace, but in reality, it's taking your data and taking it off-site from your home. So if your home does burn, or if your computer does crash, then you have it stored in a different location. And Forever backs it up in 3 different locations. It's encrypted, it's secure, it's private. Once you buy your storage, it becomes yours. You own it. You're not renting it. And it becomes yours for your family for your lifetime and beyond. Now, another key factor that's important is that these other places, Facebook and all the other places where people are thinking they're storing their photos and memories, actually have an agreement in there that when you die, they will delete your photos. And so you don't have them to pass on. Whereas Forever has it set up so that you can will that or give it to your family, and they have access to your photos from forever.
Wow. So that's the reason why it's called Forever.
Forever, exactly.
And they can check this all out on your website?
Yes.
Okay, so that's foreverkimhicks.com.
It's HICKS.
There you go. It's HIC. See, she can have her own radio show. She's only on for here for 10 minutes and she's ready. Okay, so what we want to do is open up the lines of the audience for everyone to get this. I think it's really cool. And you're getting 2 gigs of cloud storage plus a $10 gift certificate to use towards whatever you want to use on that, to whether it's more storage or whatever you want. I also want to explain something to them that they also can take their photos and actually put them into a book, and you help them with that too, which is really neat too. And she's going to give you a 1-hour free consultation as well. So I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show, whether it's you or someone that you know would like something like this. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Now, she works with people nationwide, and you can also call her direct if you want. Her phone number is 480-770-6266. But call in here and get this. This is pretty cool. And, people are interested in this kind of stuff because first of all, they are worried about their pictures. They're worried about their things. And from what I understand, this is not just pictures from what I said. You said it's almost even if you have documents that you want them to hold too. I'm very interested.
Right.
Again, we've got our lines open here, and everyone is going to get, she's going to give it to everyone. She wants everyone. She wants to work with you guys. The number to call here is 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You're getting 2 gigs of cloud storage plus a $10 gift certificate that'll go towards everything that it is that you decide, anything you want to use it for, and a 1-hour free consultation with Kim to help you walk you through it, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to know what the difference between you and somebody else that does this is.
Well, one of the things is we don't do data mining, and we don't advertise to you. You own the storage, you don't rent it, and with the lifetime guarantee, with the 100-year guarantee, there's an actual guarantee fund that we have. When you purchase your storage, you own it, and most of that amount that you put in to purchase with goes into the guarantee fund to make sure that there's someone there running the programs. They also make it so that as formats change over generations, as we've seen from the 8 tracks to the cassettes to the CDs,
every 2 seconds things are changing.
Yes, well, part of your service includes that they will upgrade the format for you. It makes it so that you're also able to access your photos from any device, your phones, your tablets, your computers, from any place in the world. You don't need to just be on your computer. You just log into your account from any place that has a Wi-Fi.
So if you don't want to bring all your books and all your pictures along with you, that you have made, you can just go onto their computer, log in, and see everything. Now, I want to ask you, and I'm new to this, so I'm going to ask you things that are off the cuff, and that's why I love what I do. This is great information for people out there. When they have it within those pictures in there, is it done just picture by picture, or is it done as like a photo book? How does it look when it's in there?
Well, there's several ways that you can organize your photos if you choose to. Some people just choose to put all their photos in, and you can do a search by date that the photo was taken, or search by the date that it was uploaded into the photo. You can also add tags, meaning you can, if you've tagged photos with the name Christmas, for example, you put that word in, and all the photos that you've ever taken that go with Christmas come up, or with a name of someone or an event that you have had. It can also make it so that you can sort them into categories. For example, if you took a trip to France, you could take all of those photos from that trip and put them into its own file, and you'd be able to find it that way.
Okay, and what else? And so, but if you wanted to, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, I'm sorry I didn't see that, so that we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, see, I was so focused on what she was saying, I didn't even realize we're going to a break. So again, we've got everyone that's getting, she's just going to give it to everyone. It's 2 gigabytes of cloud storage plus a $10 gift certificate towards anything and a 1-hour free consultation with her. Our number here, 602-277-5369. So welcome back, everyone. And we are talking with Kim Hicks, and she is an ambassador, what's called Forever. We're talking about your photos. And at the break, you were telling me that it's pretty interesting how people out there think that they lose their photos mostly in fires. And I know we think that especially for what happened yesterday, but you tell me that it's different. Go ahead.
Well, often I have found that people, when they're moving a loved one into a care facility or their parents have passed away and they're cleaning out the house, that a lot of precious photos and important things that have meaning to their family, as documents, letters, that sort of thing, get thrown away. Or they get, when they're downsizing, they think, well, that's just a box of junk. And they don't realize that there's important things in there. And so when I've seen this happen over and over again, and so I have determined that it's not going to happen to my family. I have 5 kids. I don't want them fussing with each other over who has the photos. I don't want them to divide them up. I want them to be able to share them. And so I've gone through my house and I've pulled photos off of old phones and memory cards and jump drives and CDs and all of the places that we happen to have our photos scattered through. And those have all been uploaded to my Forever account. And all of my kids have access to that account. We can share back and forth. We go on a vacation. All the photos from the family vacation get put in there. We can all share through that. And it makes it so that there's no fussing. And I think we've heard those stories, those horror stories of a grandmother or an aunt or someone who wouldn't give up the family photos. And then there's hard feelings, and people lose their heritage because somebody decided to hoard those photos and not share them.
Right.
And so that's not going to happen to my family.
I think that's really neat, and I like the story. So we've got everyone that's getting entered in to win. This is 2 gigabytes of cloud storage and a $10 gift certificate that you can use towards if you want to up that or whatever you want to do, and a 1-hour free consultation with her. You want to check it out. It's foreverkimhicks.com. She works nationwide, and our number here to call in, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for this, is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So how does somebody get started?
Well, the first thing they want to do is they want to purchase their storage account. And the second thing, and it kind of works together, is you want to gather all of your things together and have them converted into a digital format if they haven't already been done so. That would be like old videos, old slides, negatives, films. And in most cases, people haven't seen these these videos and these films for 20 years or more because they don't have the equipment to run it on anymore. And they can be very brittle, and I get nervous putting a VHS into a machine. I'm afraid it's going to eat it up and damage it. But Forever does do restoration. They also do scanning and converting of these things over to a digital format, and it can go right into your storage account in an organized fashion so that you can retrieve it. And some people are like, well, I've had it converted to a DVD or a CD. Well, unfortunately, that is not a digital format that you can edit or that you can share. And so you're not able to download it to anywhere. It's just on that. And CDs, a lot of computers don't have a CD player in them anymore or a DVD player in them anymore. And so here we are right on the edge again of a format that's not available to us.
Right.
And not to mention the fact that it does deteriorate over time and loses the quality, and it can become scratched and damaged and that sort of thing.
So the cloud is the way to go.
It is the way to go. It is the future. It is the missing piece of this big puzzle of photos that we've never had before in history. And unfortunately, this is the best documented generation that has ever existed, and this generation is at the biggest risk of losing it all. And that's kind of a paradox to me, to say, wait a minute, we have all these photos, all this documentation, but we also, in just a blink of an eye, could lose it all.
So you go to her website, which is foreverkimhicks.com. You can call her. She'll talk to you. She'd love to talk to you about your photos. It's 480-770-6266. And I'm going to let everyone keep on calling here because she wants to give everyone, just not even getting entered into win, she just wants to give everyone 2 gigabytes of this cloud storage to start with, and a $10 gift certificate if you want a little bit more. She's also going to give you a 1-hour free consultation, and so you can start talking to her a little bit of how you can get started. And if it's you or someone that you know, this is super interesting. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's interesting that you said that the scanning and the converting, that they do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, how do you, when you send that to them, how do you do that then?
Well, they have a special shipping method that's been tried and tested. It's very reliable. They have crush-resistant boxes, water-resistant boxes, and there's a method that they use to make sure that your precious, irreplaceable items get to them and get back to you. And so I've had people say, well, I'll just take it to someplace local, but let me tell you a little horror story that happened to a dear friend of mine. And she took hers to a local place with a storefront and dropped off her precious videos, never heard back, and finally went back to check on them, and this place had been locked up because he'd gone out of business, and all of her things were inside, and along with everyone else who had brought their things. And so I think that sometimes we get the idea that because some place is local, that it's a safer thing to do. But they'll go to Sam's or Costco or whatever. Those get sent out. They're not doing that behind that wall there. They're sending them out also.
Right.
And so I would rather send my things to Forever because I know, number one, the quality work that they're going to do, that they care so much. They do a white glove treatment of it. They track your shipment through FedEx every step of the way. They have never lost anything or damaged anything. And it took me a long time to get the courage to give it a try myself, and now I send things in every single month. I've been doing it for over the last year, every month. And I've even sent in all of my traditional scrapbooks in.
How do you do that?
You just use one of their special shipping boxes, and you send the pages into them, and they scan them for you. They show up in your Forever account, and then I can choose, if I'd like to convert it over into a digital bound book, which is probably like a 1/4 inch thick versus 3 inches thick. Mm-hmm. And my kids are like, Mom, this is the best way to go, because they don't want the big thick books anymore. They don't want to take up room. This next generation is minimalist, and they want to conserve space, and they
like to look at things on phones and computers as opposed to touchy-feely, right?
Yeah.
But you can, though. There are a lot of people that still like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like it, too, because I have, like, for example, my wedding album, and I have 5 kids. Well, who's going to get my wedding album? Well, this way I can duplicate that album
multiply
5 times. Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you have ancestral photos, you can do the same thing. You can multiply them as many times throughout the whole family.
And that's very neat. And so the website, again, it is foreverkimhicks.com, and you can call her. She will talk to you. Her phone number is 480-770-6266. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get. She wants to start everybody off with 2 gigabytes with cloud storage, and these are for photos, but also any kind of, if you have documents or anything that's important to you. It doesn't have to be photos, but of course, photo storage is what it's all about, right? What we're talking about. A $10 gift certificate that you can use if you want to upgrade in any way you want. Also, a 1-hour free consultation. Our number here, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What would you want to leave them with today that you could think of?
Well, I would like to make sure that people realize that we are a bridge to the future, and we are also a bridge from the past. And we are at a place that we have that opportunity to bind our families together through these photographs. And we know better. We have received the whole boxes of the printed photos, and now we've received all the digital photos. And by setting this type of an account up, it makes a bridge for it all. And
tell them again how it's guaranteed for 100 years. Go ahead.
When you purchase your...
Not many things are guaranteed for 100 years. That's like for life.
When you purchase your account, the majority of what you pay goes into a special guarantee fund that is managed and invested, and now those funds are used to manage and take care of your data. And that way, when the people at Forever, when I'm gone, and the other people at Forever are gone, there'll still be someone there to take care of them.
Well, we're going to keep our lines open here for everyone. She just wants to start everyone with 2 gigabytes of cloud storage. Also, a $10 gift certificate to use for your choice as to if you want to upgrade or anything you want to use with it. She's also going to give you a 1-hour free consultation. You can check her out. It's Forever, Kim Hicks, HICKS.com, or call in here at 602-277-5369.